What are the big storylines heading into training camp for the Oilers as they look to get back to the Stanley Cup final? Hey everyone, Rob Wong, joined alongside by Edmonton Journal Oilers writer Rob Tychkowski. And Rob, it was a quick summer for you, as it feels like just yesterday that the Oilers made it all the way to the end of the Stanley Cup final, coming up short. But a new season is about to begin with training camp starting this week, I should say. And we'll begin with a lot of new faces in camp for the Oilers. Rob, what will you be keeping an eye on over the next few weeks?
Well, probably the biggest area is maybe the only area where there's kind of legitimate competition for jobs based out of necessity. The Oilers lost three defensemen over the summer, so they now have two holes to fill on the blue line. So that battle that they have to fill those two spots, second line right shot defense and second pairing right shot defense and third pairing right shot defense, it's not just a curiosity, that's a necessity. You have to have your blue line solid if you want to be a Stanley Cup contender. So right now they legitimately don't know who's going to fill that spot. They're hoping Ty Emerson can do it. He was, maybe the best defenseman on a bad San Jose team last year, but somebody needs to step up. A couple of guys need to step up and fill those two roles because that's a key part of this hockey club moving forward.
So when you look at all these new faces, as I mentioned, whether it's a Jeff Skinner or a Victor Arvidsson, you mentioned a guy like Ty Emerson that might have to step up and play some significant minutes at some point this year. Which of the new guys do you think are the most intriguing?
That second line has come from, last year Leon Draisaitl was playing with whatever scraps they could send his way, and now they have a couple of legitimate goal scorers who, if they go down the same path that Zach Hyman went, like he was a decent player in Toronto, and then he came and joined Edmonton's top six, and now he's a 50-goal man. So if Skinner and Arvidsson, who can both put the puck in the net, both have skill, if they can have a similar arc, similar trajectory, that's a huge deal. It gives Edmonton maybe the best top six in the National Hockey League.
So it was an interesting playoffs for Darnell Nurse. There were some highs, but definitely some lows throughout that playoff run. And he begins training camp with an injury here, Rob, and looks like he's going to miss at least the first little bit, might be able to return by the end of it. But how concerned should Oilers fans be about the fact that he is not going to be able to start camp?
A little bit. You'll have to see, at the end of camp, you'll have a better sense on how much you should be worrying. But 3 months is a long time for something to be lingering since the end of the playoffs to the start of training camp. So if it's still bugging him after this long, what difference is a couple of weeks going to make? Maybe he's pretty close to fine and they just don't want to risk it because he's been around long enough. He doesn't need a training camp. But if this is something that maybe costs him a couple of games in the season, or worse yet, lingers throughout the season, that's a big deal because, like I said, they already lost three defensemen from last season. They can't afford to have one of their big minute guys playing on the limp all year. That's not good for this team with the goals that they have.
Well, the back end is definitely going to be an area where fans will be watching this camp, and Nurse's injury definitely lingering at the start here. We'll see what happens. As always, leave your thoughts in the comments section below. For Rob Tychkowski, I'm Rob Wong. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you next time.